This is for a divine masculine whom has done some serious groundwork to gather his blessings. Okay. So the first part, the part that all this feeds off of is how are you called to step up and lead? Okay. That's when all that groundwork has led you. To make joy a priority, brilliant ideas will come naturally, support will surround me, and movements will form. Because my kindness is a gift to the world. So I'm serving mental stability, mental healing, mental traumas. It's all in your mindset. You know, if you can visualize it, you can believe it, you can see it, and you're laying down the groundwork. Like with this card about Jesus' grandmother, she was saying everybody's role is significant in laying down the groundwork for this divine person, for this divine plan. Okay? So for you, all that you experienced and your healing was all a part of the plan. It was a divine plan to have you step up and lead. Okay? PETA is about strong willpower and feistiness. It's about being powerful, about standing in your power. And the Tantra is about balancing your masculine and feminine energy. And your Anahata is about your heart chakra. So you have down here balance, stability, standing firm, achievements, and your sensuality, feminine wisdom, and passion. So, to me, your transformation came from meeting someone who's quite like you, who has similar backgrounds, who did some groundwork too, so they can step up and lead too. So she can bestow her kindness and her gift upon the world. Now you put these two cards together again, she's more of the emotional healer, she's a spiritualist, and you're the practical person, the logical person. Hence the balance. You know, your heart chakras and your masculine, feminine energy, and PETA, your will, powerful, everything is tested, you know. So when it comes to PETA, it represents fire energy and water energy combined together, very powerful. They have that ability to create and destroy anything, you know. So for that, you're in a determined place in your life that you know what you want, and a fire pretty much was lit under your ass upon meeting this feminine wisdom, you know, and you're going to go achieve it now. It's like now nothing can stop you, right? But on the flip side, you know, before that, you could have felt burnt out, you know, as if the fire was depleted. And it's about ease and grace. Where that lesson, the karmic lesson in that was for you to learn ease and grace as they are healing. You know, they're healing for you. It's meant to be, how do I want to say this? Basically, the remedy to jumpstart your healing, to get you to the point of being this kind of like strong-willed and feisty, is detoxing. You know, eating like cooling fruits and veggies. You know, that was the medicine for that, as you did the groundwork. Whereas the healing to balance out your masculine and feminine energy, if, you know, if there was ever a time where you were denying or shaming, just kind of down on yourself, passing too much judgment, or just really suppressing your emotions or your anger, you know, such as like your anger or feeling sad, feeling lonely, you just kind of suppressed it like everything's okay. You know, a masculine and a feminine energy, like a masculine and a lower vibration would be, you know, a inflated ego and competitiveness, whereas a feminine energy And a lower vibration would be jealous, you know, or have lower self-worth. So I feel like you healed from that. You could have had some sort of experience with someone where y'all both was practicing lower vibrations, but you both suffer from trauma, so you both had to heal. So for you, moving forward, you could have disengaged from that for balance, stability, and you're standing firm in what you say you're all about. So now that you're in this place where you have your heart chakra, is being put to the test. And it's open now to better possibilities, you know, as love, this love that you're experiencing now and how it healed you so much is really just this newer resource, this spiritualist, this priestess, you know, she comes in with love. That's her medicine. And it allows you to see people in a different light, see yourself in a different light, and it allows you to see your greatest potential so that you can see it in others instead of thinking the worst of everyone and everything, you know. But when you are practicing operating from your heart, you know, the mind never agrees with it. Like, it rarely ever agrees. It never makes sense to the mind. So it could be a heartbreak that was really like fucking up the flow, and it was holding you back for a while. So the medicine for that is forgiveness, to be kind, to bestow kindness amongst people, to share your gifts, your extraordinary talent, to even be able to tap into that. You have to practice forgiveness. And now that you're doing that, now you're laying down the foundation. You're in your divine plan. You're facing your north node. And that transformation, which excelled at a very cellular level, is very cellular. It came with a lot of deep healing. You also come with a lot of deep healing within yourself. And it raised you. It raised your vibration. You know, so now you're represented as an oracle. So there was a great gathering with this priestess. It's like you met each other and it was like instant gratification, instant validation, instant support. Intuitive hits. You know, you knew that was your soul tribe, right? You knew that was your soul family. You called them in. It actually met. The more groundwork people do, people don't notice that you actually start manifesting higher vibrations. You know, people that are just like you, so you don't have to be alone. Like, that's an ease that follows a difficulty. And this strong will that you have. See how this tiger is on this woman? See how sensual she is? Her femininity is taming him. Like, you really can't domesticate a safari cat for the most part, but her wisdom, her passion, look how they ride together. Look how he's just right by her side, and that's right under the strong-willed and the feisty and the powerful. This person is beyond empowered, right? Because he's not in that lower vibration no more. He's not attracting lower vibrational people of anybody, whether business, personal, friendships. And for that, you know, the achievement, you know, he made that effort and he placed those intentions to be able to experience a huge transformation. So this divine masculine was called to, it's like, how, and another thing I get from this card is like, how can you be called to mother yourself as a part of your healing, you know, to tap into your highest potential and your value, you know, even if you're asking questions, you're inquiring, you're trying to learn, create balance, you're going to inquire, right? So as you were waiting for the answers, how were you being called to mother yourself? You know, nurture that inner child is what I feel like. It's like a young boy, you know, that's waiting to be to express himself, to shine his light on the world. Like most stuff, that song Umi says, I hear that a lot, especially with the combination of these cards intuitively. So it took for you to surrender your will, and it really killed off a huge ego, inflated, deflated ego, you know, where you don't have to compete with other people to prove yourself the man, so to speak. And it's forgiveness. When you practice forgiveness, you receive a lot more forgiveness, more than you even can imagine. And another way that this masculine could have been mothering himself, you know, his heart chakras. And I think of a young boy like the Page of Cups. I think of that inner child. I think of play. Have fun, celebrate, not being so serious, you know, enjoying yourself, enjoying the process as you're doing the groundwork. You're laying down the foundations. You know, it's all coming together. If you look at the illustration, everybody's doing something to contribute to this gathering, to this newfound leader, this priest. But he's not going to show up alone. You know, at first he did, but he's not showing up by himself for too much longer, because I feel like there's a priestess that came along that's a part of his soul family, and she came with that wisdom, that wicked wisdom, and this is them together. I feel like this is y'all together. You see the number 38? That's significant. So this transformation taught you that you have all these abilities to be a mentalist. Like you could be like a magician, but not like a trickster. A magician, somebody who operates from both sides of his mind, like a left-hander, right? A strong will. When a masculine is in his highest vibration, you know, he's determined, he's still, he's focused, he perseveres, just like a feminine in her higher vibration. She's way more creative, she flows easily, and it heightens sensuality and nurturing. Even a man can operate through his feminine energy, a balance, and both men and women need both energies to be balanced, right? To be able to do this groundwork, to step up and lead. I feel like these people have the potential to create a whole nother continent, just run their own country, and it's mutual support. I feel like both masculine and feminine in a higher vibration, as they met each other during the groundwork. They didn't meet after the groundwork was done. They were still working when they met each other, and they started mending each other's broken hearts. You know, it's important, you know, to heal, so you don't become like the people who traumatized you. This was like the mission, the achievement. It's like you set a goal so high, you got to grow into the person who can achieve it. And you're learning, this is how you step up and lead. That's what being the boss is steering the ship the best way you know how, and finding your pleasures. You know, you play, you have fun, and you celebrate in the meantime. I feel like your effort towards each other led each other to a greater success. Obviously, with these two cards here, with your priestess here, and laying that foundation to be able to lead as a priest and a priestess, but not like a witch. I feel like the spiritualist is the one who heals through food as well. She uses foods as medicine. to detox. I feel like she's gonna call in a tribe of a whole another tribe, like a group of people who make medicines out of foods. Yeah. I feel like the medicines heal mental instabilities. I feel like the energy of the emotional support and the love is what's put into the food that heals the mental instabilities. That's how they work well together. I feel like there's going to be like some kind of exotic fruit or vegetable that's going to heal the heart chakra. And I feel like a lot of harvest is going to come out of that, like a huge amount of blessings for the divine masculine. I feel like this divine feminine is a part of his harvest with all that she comes to the table with. And her healing and her emotional healing, just her love, her language, her aura. I feel like she's going to mother his inner child, as well as be sensual with him. I feel like their intimacy is going to heal each other. It has healing elements in it. I feel like there's a lifelong connection that spreads beyond intimacy in the family realm. I'm gonna get a whole shot of this all together. I feel like this man believes he found a great thing, but this woman feels exactly how this man feels. But it's written like the man who finds a wife finds a good thing. I feel like this woman talks to God a lot about this man. About placing the right intentions. About making sure she shows up better than what he ever could perceive her as. So they could remain united now and later. I feel like he sees her as his greatest inspiration, after the Most High, of course. I feel like they're yin and yang energies between the two of them, because they're both very strong-willed people. I feel like they use each other as a muse for their next endeavor. Like, what's the next assignment? How can I be called to step up and lead? That's like one mission after another. I feel like it enhanced cardiovascular endurance. I feel like the heart muscles are way stronger now, so they're able to physically do more things, as well as emotionally do more things, because the mind is healed, the mind is clear, and the heart is clear. The heart is open and is ready to receive like all new possibilities. Like, these two are ready. And it's not all cliche and like how people are in this on a tabloid level. It's deeply spiritual and deeply practical at the same time. Like, we're gonna take over the world with our love and divinity. How these two people take over the world is surrendering to the Most High, to be able to step up and lead. You ever see like those dope dealers who like the kingpins of the neighborhood or the worldwide kingpins and all that kind of stuff turn spiritual? I feel like this is both of them in their own context. It's like when you make your prayers on time, you feel lighter. Your shoulders are lighter. You feel like a feather. You feel healed. You feel protected. You feel shielded. So for these two to pray together, it increases the cardiovascular endurance. These two can run miles together. This could very easily be one person who's just that much stronger, that much more determined, that much more stable. And gender doesn't matter. It could be a man and a woman, 2 men, 2 women, or just one person. But I specifically heard a divine masculine. And this is his harvest crop. Like these are him gathering, I see him gathering blessings. I see him laying down the foundation, the proper foundation, so that he could receive someone that's equate to him. Look at all that pink and orange, just very pretty. But it gives me, that's love. There's a lot of love. Look how she's looking at him. And he embraces it because his heart chakra is healed. His mindset is healed. When your mind is not in the right space, you do attract the wrong things. Like this man is really going to take off, or divine masculine in general is going to take off. And I feel like it's in motion now because he laid down the foundation. So in his divine plan, I don't think he knew he was going to find the person of value, because I didn't think he realized that would be a part of the journey, but it was well received. And it's still something that's plaguing him, like he has questions. But what I think is meant to be is like to go through the journey, as the answers will come as you progress through the journey. Like it's not like you can ask the question now and just receive the answer like that. You living through this experience, the answers will come as you live through the experience. That's why the transformation caused change, like dramatic change. And it accelerated all your intuition and your abilities and your vibration. Your vibration is shot through the roof. Like there's a new sheriff in town. It's a new chief in town. And it's you. And you don't have to do it alone. This is a masculine who believes in partnership. He believes in tradition. He believes in family orientation. I guess that practices that feminine side of the energy as well as the masculine. I take accountability so I can receive my blessings. I hear this man is a spitfire. Like he's beyond feisty. It's like you can. He's a man who is deeply inspired and influenced by passion. The passion of this feminine. Look how he loves her. Look how it looked like he's nibbling on her earlobe. It looked like it. I don't even think she meant to domesticate him like that, but he gave in, he surrendered. And it's like it's a goal now. Like, I have to master this. Like, I have to get this right. So there was an experience he had before. This this woman right here. You see how the contrast is different, how she's all like deep in color and abundant with that bright yellow. And this one is like cold. It just makes you feel cold just looking at it. I feel like the experience was all about conquest before. Maybe a player vibe. Maybe you attracted somebody who just kept you in a race, in competition with others. With that, and it amplified and inflated your ego and made you feel more like you had to compete. But you could tell, like, her heart is definitely closed off, intuitively speaking. There's somebody who's stubborn, somebody who has low self-worth, who practices a lot of jealousy. This feminine. She even had the masculine acting like that too. You know, with a lot of silliness. And it's like, this is what he thought was the norm. This is what he thought he wanted. Until he met her. And it just started healing him at an accelerated pace, at a very cellular pace. This transformation, like, he cannot stop looking at this woman, thinking about this woman, praying for this woman. This man actually prays for this woman. Everything is in color now. It's like, now he gets it. Now he sees it clearly. Like, I want to leave. She's giving me every reason to. She gives me endless love and support. It's like, she don't go a day without expressing and showing and teaching emotional stability, emotional support. And for that, yeah, everything is in color now. You can tell he never felt like that before. He don't know what to think. He just know he's thinking a lot of thoughts. That's a contrast from this like a conquest. Whereas one conquest is another's effort to achieve a goal for a higher purpose.